Good evening and welcome to the Catalonia Soccerplex, home of tonight's Flag Plus Football Division A championship game between Khantraband and the defending back-to-back champions, the Braves. I'm Brent Bacham. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Paulo De La Roca, a.k.a. the main man Peas, 2018 FPF Hall of Fame inductee and current quarterback of Hot Sauce Sports. Welcome, my friend, to the broadcast.
Thank you, buddy. How's it going?
I'm doing good. The
Blazer boys are in the house. We got Mo Khan in the cardigan, but we're dressing up here because this is Division A.
Got more Khan in the cardigan, maybe a hoodie. So I mean, we bring beers and class to the broadcast
Absolutely.
tonight.
We do both things.
All right, so moving on to more important things. Obviously, Peace, this is the matchup between the two top teams in Division A, the cream of the crop, if you will, the two best teams in all of FPF. What kind of game do you think we're going to get here tonight?
Look, what we've seen so far, this is the fourth time they faced. We've seen three of these matchups so far. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast, I'm sure of it. But certainly what we expect is high scoring, right? Because all the games, whatever the line is at this point, Brent, you know me. I'm going the over. I'm not betting the under on this. There's going to be a lot of points scored. These are two of the best quarterbacks in FPF history, not just FPF currently. Dan Lazara, Joe Maheu. It's the height of FPF talent, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, we're talking about the two quarterbacks, obviously, in Dan Lazare and Joe Maheu. They combined for the regular season and playoffs for 137 touchdowns.
That's nonsense.
Between them. What, in your opinion, obviously being a quarterback yourself, what, in your opinion, makes these two gunslingers so special?
Well, they don't throw the amount of interceptions that I throw, Brent, first of all. Secondly, it's pretty interesting because I think what they do is different in a lot of ways. Dan Lazare is very good at stretching, hitting the intermediate area, hitting the underneath. Sometimes he likes to take too many shots downfield. We're going to see if that plays a role. It's been an issue against Braves specifically. Joe Maheu, instead, will always just take what's there. He's the most disciplined passer. Dan Lazare, maybe the better overall skills as a pure passer in FPF. Joe Maheu, just, again, the absolute dedication to the craft.
Okay, and obviously in this matchup with the two top teams, we have a lot of all-stars on the field. We have a couple of Hall of Famers as well. Who, in your opinion?
And a couple of to-be Hall of Famers,
yeah,
right?
That's exactly a couple would be Hall of Famers down the road, like Maheu, Julien Paiement. The list goes on. Out of all the big names, though, that we're going to be treated to tonight, who are some of the names you think are going to stand out the most in this contest?
To be honest, the names that I think will stand out the most in a lot of ways are two names that aren't on the field tonight. Guillaume Belin, not there for Braves. Tam Veladath breaking his arm on the eve of the finals, on the Saturday before our big festivities kicked off on Sunday evening. Obviously traumatic for both teams to be missing such key players. So it's going to be about how these are teams that work so well with, guys filling the roles, the chemistry that we see. So we're going to see how they adapt to the missing personnel in this game. I think that's the key.
Okay, and for the Braves,
Gentlemen,
what are the...
congratulations.
Down to the field.
We'll wait for the coin flip. Exactly, we'll have the coin flip right here.
An enjoyable game this evening. If there's any questions, direct them at me. All right, and we'll figure things out. No pockets, no jewelry. Braves, you're the higher seed. It's your choice. Defer to the second half. Which side would you like to start on offense? We're going from here to there. So let's turn around, guys. Okay, and we'll have first down, red. Now, let me explain the challenge rules. Okay. You're entitled to one challenge, okay? If it's a good challenge, or if the camera angle is inconclusive, you get a second challenge, okay? If your challenge is wrong, then you do not get a second challenge. You can challenge a sack, flag versus throw. Yeah. You can challenge a catchable ball, so end zone, or if it hits the ground, or you can challenge a touchdown, okay? And that's the only three things you can challenge. All right. Are there any questions? No. Okay, in the last 5 plays, they'll call down if the play needs to be challenged. Okay?
Last 5 plays.
In the last 5 plays of both halves.
And we need to at least have a timeout. No?
Timeouts do not affect the challenge. So whether you lose or win, your challenge does not affect the timeout. Okay? Gentlemen, have a great game. Yeah. Have fun. All the best. Good luck.
Yeah.
Let's go run offense. We're going by there.
Yeah, so that was Craig O'Brien, one of the officials of this game, explaining the rules to both teams and obviously the challenge rules as well. Quickly, if you're the Braves, what do they have to do tonight to win?
The Braves need to do what they've done the entire time that they've played against all of the permutations of the Dan Lazaro teams. Whether it's Khantraband, whether they go next season with Contra Code, If you're maybe Brent's age and my age, that makes a lot of sense. If you're not, look it up. Maybe encarde it and see what that means. But I think if they just stick to what's worked for them in the past, wait for the mistake and capitalize and focus on, again, the offensive discipline that they've shown since they've arrived on the FPF scene.
Okay, we'll get to your keys for Khantraband in a second. First snap of the game. Khantraband starting out on offense. Again, the Braves deferring to take the ball in the second half. First snap of the game. Here's Lazaro. Looks to his right. He throws to the flats. That's caught by Serge Pilon Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards on the play, setting up a second and short now. So quickly, please, what are your keys to victory tonight for Khantraband?
Dan Lazara needs to do what I just said that the Braves do well. He needs to maintain that discipline. We see the quick huddle, the sugar huddle by Dan Lazara. I think that works out to his benefit. Let's see if he keeps control.
So Lazaro now with the ball, second play of the game. He's going deep. He has a man open. His Pilon. It just overthrows him by a couple of steps. So we see right there Lazaro, who you talked about earlier, partner, loves to go deep. Second play of the game, he's going for the deep ball. He just was a touch off on that throw.
I don't hate it in that spot because you know what? They gained the yards on first down. Now Lazaro has 2 downs to gain 6 yards. There's not a quarterback in the world that trusts more to give me 6 yards in 2 plays, right? So it's not a bad spot. It's more about the drive management than play-to-play management, I believe.
3rd and 2 now. Lazaro looks to his right. He throws to the flat. He has A.J. Gomez. Gomez, one move and another. Finally deflagged. But he picks up more than enough for the first down. Tackle on the play by number 88 and Georges Garapi of the Braves.
Absolutely, and we saw that there. We talked about it, right? He took the shot in second. That's okay. Don't get frustrated that you didn't complete that long pass. Instead, take what they gave you. They gave the outside. Great catch by Gomez. Immediately cut upfield for the first down.
So first down now. The ball just past midfield for Khantraband. Looking right over the middle. Oh, and that's the drop by Dominico Mano. He was open right over the middle, the center. Usually he has reliable hands, but maybe perhaps championship jitters maybe?
Perhaps. I will say great ball placement by Dan Tacos Lazara. The ball placed to the outside, the defender crashing in. There's no way the defender can get there. It's a tight window, but you know what? You like first down drops a lot more than fourth down drops, right? So
there you go. Exactly. So second down now for the Khantraband offense. Lazara gets a snap. He looks to his right. Quick throw, but a 7-8 yard gain there. Second catch of the game by Pilon.
Yeah,
So
right along the sideline.
Yep, right on the right sideline. So setting up about 3rd and I want to say 1, maybe 2 for the Khantraband offense. Pete, I got to ask you right now, how do you like the flow so far of this Khantraband offense?
I like the up-tempo. Dan Lazaro knows he's got to score points. He's got his foot on the gas. This was the first full huddle we've seen from them. He's been calling plays really quick, slowed it down for a second. Let's see what he does.
Lazaro, he's going to the left again. Pilon, 3rd catch of the night. And that'll be enough, I believe, for the first down.
I was talking to Matt Kerouac last night. He said that he spoke to Dan Lazaro before the game. He said the advice he gave him is, Dan, stay within yourself. Don't feel the need to feed everyone. Don't feel the need to push the ball downfield. Take what's there. We've seen that so far from Dan Lazaro. This is sort of quarter 1 in unofficial FPF speak and unofficial FPF parlance. Let's hope that he keeps it up for the entire game.
So that catch by Pilon setting up 1st and goal now for the Khantraband offense. Let's see if they can strike first. Lazaro gets the ball. He looks over the middle. He tosses it to the left. Gomez, touchdown, Khantraband. A.J. Gomez giving his team a 6-0 lead.
Smart play concept. You have the drive coming across. You have multiple guys at the back of the end zone. You see if anybody jumps. If nobody jumps to the back of the end zone, you have the crosser coming across. Hits A.J. Gomez. It's a touchdown. Big-time players make big-time plays. That's a thing I just said, even though it doesn't mean anything.
So right now, Khantraband going for 1. They're 13 for 16 in the regular season and playoffs going for conversions against the Braves. Toss to the left-hand side, and that's caught.
Such a pretty pass. Oh, my goodness.
Isaiah Lard, a nice catcher in the back corner of the end zone. I thought that actually got deflected for a second, but looks like I was wrong on that one.
We'll look at it in the replay here, Brent. You'll see that the ball placement, the thing we've been talking about so early in this game, was so perfectly placed above the defender and in the gut of Isaiah Lard.
Another question I have on that one, partner, is how did Lard get so open? He was by himself.
It's just all of the movement. Dan Lazaro calls a lot of really smart, well-designed flood plays that take advantage of the front and back levels. They jump the front, left the back, and that's all she wrote.
So here comes Jonathan Maheu leading the Braves offense. First snap of the game for him. Toss over to the right-hand side. Nice catch by Garipi.
Yeah, George Garipi changed number, but as I told you before the broadcast partner, I said, you know what? Doesn't matter what number he wears, he's the biggest guy on the field.
Yeah, definitely towering over a lot of his teammates. And it's pretty noticeable, the discrepancy in size between the two teams. The Braves, again, you have Garipi, and that's pretty much about it. Maybe J.D. Chevalier. That's about it. I mean, I'm 5'8", so
yeah.
I mean, everyone's pretty much around my height. Maybe your height 5'9", whereas you have Khantraband, about 3 or 4 players who are definitely over the 6 foot level. May hit to the flat once again. Oh, that's almost knocked away. Good catch there by Corshane.
Yeah, Jason Corshane, one of the more unheralded players on this offense, but we've seen this in the past with teams like the Finest, where they have these guys who aren't necessarily the star, but just fill that role perfectly. And I think Jason Corshane has been that since the Braves arrived in FPF.
So first down now for the Braves. Almost at midfield. Somebody here so far going short on this drive for the Braves. He gets the snap. He looks to his left. He fires into the flats. Chevalier with the catch. Not able to get past the tackle of Gomez.
Absolutely. And look, he had a 2-on-1. Picked the sideline. It was the easiest throw to make. A little bit on the inside for Joe Mayo there, but his receiver was so open, didn't make a difference. J.G. Chevalier doing the work, getting the separation, getting the catch.
So second down now. Second and about 3, I want to say. Maybe even a long 2 for this Braves offense. So Paymon, number 84, with the snap.
It's called 2.7.
There you go. Throw it to the flats, and it's off the hands.
You know, you see something good about a guy, and then he goes and do something like that.
You might have thrown the piece jinx his way there.
I guess so.
So that catch would have been for a first down, but it's for not. Obviously, with that drop right there, setting up now third and about 3, or as you said, 2.7.
2.7, exactly 2.7. We got Lance Daniel on the camera on the side. He flashed the numbers. He showed me it was 2.7.
Okay.
I trust my man. I know what's up. It's third and 2.7.
Again, a 6-0 lead for Khantraband. From A.J. Gomez touchdown. Quick slant inside the Pilon. Alex Pilon with the catch. Picks up just enough. Yeah, it is a first down for the Braves, so a good slant right there. Good call, good ball placement and catch from Mayer to Pilon.
I don't know if you noticed, Brent, but snapping in this game so far, Julien Paiement, it doesn't appear as though Mike Piercin is here. Do you think that's going to affect him as the game goes on?
Actually, I did have a chance to talk to Mike Piercin, and I've been noticing that. Actually, I wanted to mention that Piercin lately, the last couple of games, he hasn't been playing that much offense.
That's
wild.
actually,
he's a great player.
He's one of the best snappers in FPF. Didn't he win? Didn't he get the All-Star for snapper?
Yeah, he made All-Star this year. He had 11 touchdowns in the regular season. But for some reason, you see the catch there by
Jason
Corshane.
Yeah. Well, it's no slight against them, obviously. Julien Paiement, I remember the first time I called an FPF final, Thunder in Division 5. I was doing play-by-play. It was my first ever play-by-play game. It was a disaster. He was a Division 5 rusher. The idea that Julien Paiement was in Division 5 or Division D or whatever it was too low for his ability. It was very obvious he was the most dominant player on the field at the time.
And that still stays true today. Paiement actually going for his second championship in as many days, winning one in Division B with KGP last night with a huge blowout.
Yeah. Back-to-back championship.
24, 55-24 win over the Junkyard Dogs last night. Pass to Chevalier. Can he get into the end zone? No, he can. He's deflagged at about the 2, maybe 3-yard line by David Santomo.
You've covered Division A, Division 1, the higher division for a long time. J.D. Chevalier was an addition to the Braves shortly after they arrived in FPF. How big of an addition has he been, and what have they added to their team?
Well, Chevalier, obviously, I've had a chance to play against him before as a quarterback. He's a great quarterback, great defender. I think one of the most underrated defenders. I mean, you know
Absolutely.
more about that than I do, you being a quarterback, but one of the great defenders and obviously a solid receiver as well.
Yeah, if he lines up across from your receiver, you might as well tell him to take a seat and just don't throw there.
Chevalier lining up in the left slot. And Paiment's open.
Through his hands.
Just a bit too much mustard on that ball by Mayer. Paiement was open.
Why does mustard get all of the bad rap there? You know what I mean? Because I love mustard. I love it on a hot dog. Love it on a sausage. It's a great condiment. I feel like it gets a bad rap because when the quarterback throws the ball too hard unnecessarily, that's the condiment that comes to mind.
But you know what it is? I mean, besides putting hot sauce, I mean, Mustard's the only one that has a little bit of kick, a little bit of spice.
Well, you
Maybe-
can
maybe-
go horseradish.
You can go horseradish, I guess. But how many people are really going to put that on a burger, right? So I mean, if you go a little bit too much mustard, it's a little bit too much kick in it.
Fair enough.
A little too much on the pass. I think that's where the comparison comes from.
Fair, I guess that's it.
And I want a burger right about now. Payman open again in the flats, wide
And-
open touchdown.
Payman paid it back.
Payman paid it back. Maybe he had a little bit of ketchup on that catch right there. He was wide open.
Not a ketchup guy myself, Brent. Find a little too sweet. I'm more the kick guy, right? I'll more likely overload on mustard, like we saw in the previous throw from Mayer. A little too much ketchup for me in that play. That's why Payman was wide open.
So blown coverage there by Khantraband. It is now a 6-6 game. Toss to the end zone, wide open, Pilon, and he catches it. 2-point conversion is good. 8-6 lead for the Braves.
It's pretty amazing to see how many finals have had Pilons in it. Whether Serge or his brother, it's amazing to see how many FPF finals we've covered where we've seen one of them involved.
Well, both brothers, I should say, did win. I was going to ask you about the brother versus brother battle right here. They won 3 championships together with DK back in the day. And this is actually, they've won championships separately as well. This is actually the first time they're going head-to-head for a
That's
championship.
That's pretty wild.
So Lazare gets a snap, second drive of the game. Oh, and that was a beautiful pass, but just off the hands of Serge Pilon Jr.
We talked about ball placement, how important that is for Dan Lazare and how well he does that. That was a perfectly placed ball, but Pilon placed, sort of set his feet. He expected the ball to come in a different way. Instead, it went a little bit to his right shoulder. Didn't expect that, and the ball falls to the ground. But maybe it was too much mustard for him. Maybe he's more of a ketchup guy.
Second now coming up for Khantraband, pass over the middle, caught by Lebeau.
LeBeau's one of those unheralded guys that we talked about before the game.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about him. Tyrus LeBeau only played in – this is his 8th flag plus football game overall in his career. This is his rookie season. He's made an impact, I think, on both sides of the ball for this team.
That quick huddle again by Dan Lazare and Khantraband. We see them wanting to keep the pace going while –
pass to AJ on the right sideline. He's deflagged by Chevalier.
we see them keeping the pace up while Braves seem to slow it down a little bit. So a little bit of gamesmanship. We saw some gamesmanship at the beginning as Dan Lazare choosing to change side of the field to start the game. So definitely both sides are aware that this is more than just a physical game.
First down now for Khantraband. Pass over the middle. Mano hangs onto the ball this time. Can't get past the tackle, though, by Chevalier.
You got to hang on to that one. It was almost a handoff, right? Like how well that ball was placed. It was insane. It was beautiful. Great pass, wide open receiver, and a great place by Domenico Mano.
So gain, I believe, of about, I want to call that 7 yards on the play, give or take.
Is it 7 or is it 6.8? Lance Daniel? Yeah, 6.8. There we go. 6.8 yards. 3.2 remaining.
So second and 6.5 yards to the first down. Lazare looking over the middle. He goes to his left-hand side. He has a man open in the flat. That's Santomo. He picks up more than enough for the first down, extending this drive for Khantraband.
Impressively went through at least 4 reads on that play. As the rush was closing in, and we know how disruptive Julien Payman can be, even in a division where the rushers don't necessarily have the impact that we expect. Like you see in the lower divisions, for example, Julien Payman got there. Still, Dan Lazare getting to his second, third, fourth read, delivering it to the outside.
So first down now for Lazare in his offense. Pass, and it's caught by Pilon Jr. He's kept out of the end zone, stopped around the 1 yard line.
Yeah, he tried to go ass in, but flag got pulled, unfortunately.
So second and goal now for this Khantraband offense. Pease right now, if you're in the huddle, if you're Lazare, what are you calling right here?
I love when Lazare, again, has the layers working and the floods working to one side. He gets to choose between the front and the back of the end zone. His accuracy makes that especially deadly.
Lazare now looking to his left. He tosses it to the corner. Caught by Allard. Touchdown, rather LeBeau, pardon me. Santomo, actually, pardon me.
It's one of the guys.
I had actually said it was Allard because that's where he caught the pass before for the 2-point combo.
But it was very similar. We had LeBeau to the front cone. We had Santomo to the back cone. We had the snapper occupying the middle area in front of the slot. It's just a triangle read, very simple. And again, if you have the power and the accuracy of Dan Lazare, that's an easy read to make.
So here's a conversion attempt, and that's knocked away. Good defensive play there by the quarterback, Jonathan Mailloux, in coverage on A.J. Gomez in the back of the end zone on that drag.
What do you think of Joe Mayo as a defender?
He's solid. I can't lie. He's a solid defender.
His just raw athleticism and size makes it very difficult. He's got to have some of the longest arms. It's kind of like Olive and Popeye, right? The way her arms are waving in the air and they're like giant spaghetti noodles. He's got some spaghetti noodles on him, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe 15 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 4 pass deflections right there. So far, in the regular season.
Not so far. That'd be a wild game.
Getting his first pass deflection of the postseason on that play. It's pass over the middle, and that's knocked away. Great defense right there by Khantraband. Their starter partner with the rush up there by Allard, and that pass is knocked away by Nicholas Gomez-Risu.
And that's Isaiah Allard. You know, we talked about Julian Payman, how incredibly disruptive he's been in other divisions in FPF, but Isaiah Allard is the whole next level, right? The size, the speed, his ability to cut off angles. We saw him win a championship in Division C yesterday, and he wasn't even rushing on that team. That was the embarrassment riches he was on. There's another team just star-studded with talent.
There's a chance once again for the Braves. Toss to the right-hand sideline. All alone is Garapi marching on the right sideline. Finally deflagged by LeBeau. A huge pickup and a first down for the Braves offense.
The Braves have beaten Khantraband 3 times this season. All of them by 1 score. Pino scored a 5-yard touchdown on the last play in the first game. After that, one of the things I noticed from game to game to game, Dan Lazaro threw 2 interceptions. So far, he's played within himself. He hasn't made the mistake. Joe Mayo, again, we expect him not to make the mistake, right? So we'll talk about this after this play, of course, but I want to know what your thoughts are about how you can capitalize if Joe Mayo doesn't make a mistake, what Dan Lazaro can do.
His option pass to Pilon. He evades one time. Oh, no.
Wow.
Good tackle there by Allard. A loss of at least 5 yards on the play.
See, that's how you say a guy's name and he does something big. So if Joe Mayo doesn't make a mistake, and if Dan Lazaro plays the perfect game that we expect, how can Dan Lazaro finally overcome the Braves this season?
And that's what I want to ask you. Do you think with Khantraband and specifically their quarterback Dan Lazaro, is it just a mental block? Is to the reason why they haven't yet been able to beat the Braves?
I just think the Braves are the best team in FPF, man. I don't even know if the height of Montreal's finest was ever exactly what we've seen with the Braves, just from the raw athleticism perspective that we've seen.
Here goes Mayo going deep. He has a man open. Great play by A.J. Gomez, knocking that pass down, intended for number 11, J.D. Chevalier.
Are you surprised to see that ball a little bit behind J.D. Chevalier?
Definitely. I mean, usually Mayo,
I thought that was a touchdown when he left his hand.
One thing I noticed about him, partner, is he may not have the strongest arm, but he throws the prettiest deep ball I think I've seen out of all FPF quarterbacks.
It's up there. It's definitely up there. Definitely one of the most catchable balls. That was a ball where if Rizzo just had like a half a step better, that would have been a pick.
So 3rd and long now, facing the Braves offense. Khantraband looking to make a stop right here. Mayo goes to his right. He has a man over the middle on a one-hopper.
So one thing I've noticed so far, and we're splitting hairs because of how good the talent level is on the field right now as we get to 4th down. Joe Mayo has not been exactly precise. We've seen balls caught where it's slightly behind the receiver. We saw that ball to the back of the end zone, slightly underthrown. We saw there a wide open George Gary P, and the ball one hops to him. A little bit worrisome on behalf of the Braves so far.
So now they're letting it go for it. They're not going to punt, obviously, at midfield.
Yeah, punting is stupid. Just remove it from the game. It's
So
just
it's
cowardice. I'm not a coward. You're a coward, Brent.
So it's 4th and long now. Counting the regular season and playoffs, the Braves, against Khantraband, they're 7 for 11 on 4th downs. Let's see if they can make it 8 for 12.
Oh,
Offside. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards.
That's not
Offside
gonna
by
help.
Garrett P. And it's kind of inexcusable. I know there's fans here in attendance at the soccer plex, but I mean, it's not like a roaring stadium where you might not be able to hear the snap count.
False start. Green, 88. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
thank you, Owie. But as receivers, how often do you say, watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball, and how often do they still jump? It's the most frustrating thing in FPF.
It's about a 4th and I want to say 20 right now.
It's long. It's definitely long because don't forget there was the reverse play where Isaiah Allard got the tackle in the backfield. So definitely longer than you'd want it to be.
And so right now, if you're the Braves, even if you can't pick up the first down, you at least want to get a completion piece to have Khantraband take over the possession of the ball a little bit deeper. He's going deep on the left side.
Great
Beautiful
defense.
play. Serge Pilon Jr. knocking away that pass intended for his brother Alex. First down, Khantraband, and that's the game's first turnover.
Hey, Philadelphia might be the city of brotherly love, but tonight Lachine is the city of brotherly hatred. Pilon defends his pass intended for Pilon.
I think you've probably been waiting for a long time to break that one out.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, my brother is a Raiders fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. Didn't get to use it this weekend as the Raiders beat the Dolphins. It is what it is, Brent. It is what it is.
I think your brother and Mo Connor are the happiest people in Montreal this weekend.
Yeah, the only ones. The only two.
We like to actually wish Mo Connor a happy birthday. His birthday today, turning 39 years old. The old man, Mo Connor, in attendance here tonight. That pass intended for Mano is knocked away. 2nd and 10 now facing Khantraband.
Absolutely, and I do want to wish Mo Khan a happy birthday. I do. He's 39.
Yeah.
Mo Khan is older than I am. I need to start taking better care of myself. That's all that means.
See, you know what it is? Mo, he doesn't grow any facial hair. So yeah, you
can't
and
see
I,
the grays in the face,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. So that young look is by default. He has a Justin Bieber haircut going on too. He makes it work for him. 2nd down now for Khantraband. Looking to his left for Lazare. He's going deep to LeBeau. He was double covered, couldn't come down with that catch.
Yeah, it was a safe throw. It was him or nobody. Ball was put up there. A little pump by Dan Lazare as well. Well done.
So we talked earlier about Mike Pearson. Like I said before, he's in attendance, but he's definitely not playing in this one. He's limping actually on the sideline.
Yeah, he looks to be hurt.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. He's a guy with a lot of veteran experience. He was an all-star, as you mentioned, this year. A key member of numerous Braves championships. So his absence is leaving a hole in the lineup for this Braves, especially on defense.
Absolutely. He patrols the middle so well, and he does that as well as an offense, right? Because he's usually the snapper as well.
So Lazare gets a snap. He looks to his left. Throws over the middle, and that's knocked away. Good job by number 11, J.D. Chevalier, knocking that pass intended for Serge Pilon Jr.
We talked about how he's underrated on defense. I don't know who rated him in the first place. Whoever did was a jerk because he rated him poorly, clearly, because that's the kind of play we expect from J.D. Chevalier. Really smart. Able to use his body control to position himself on one side of the receiver and come across his face to make a play on the ball. Braves have used both their timeouts, Brent.
Oh, that's huge. A little early in the game for that, but here we go. So 4th down now. Big 4th down. A chance for the Braves to get a stop and a chance for Khantraband to extend this drive. Lazare goes to the right. Toss to the outside. Gomez makes the catch. Shakes the man. Runs in. Touchdown.
Oh,
But
I heard a whistle.
We might get a replay on this,
Inadvertent
actually.
whistle. I don't think they can challenge it. Can they challenge an inadvertent whistle? They cannot.
But I think they're saying that Gomez's knee hit the ground. Well, definitely his backside hit the ground. So I think
Taking a look
they're
at
gonna
a
say that he was
replay here.
down, yeah.
There's another angle.
So here again, we see the replay. Lazare with the pass to Gomez. Definitely on his knees when he caught the ball. Rolls over on his backside.
He looks up when he gets touched.
Yeah, he was definitely up. I mean, we see obviously a player missing a flag there. That's Mayu, number 7 for the Braves.
The referees are conferencing. We'll see what they decide.
We had an inadvertent whistle at the 6-yard line. It's going to be first down, and we got 5 plays.
That sucks.
No.
Nothing you can do there because once the whistle blows, defense stops playing. You got to call it dead.
And that's exactly it, though. I don't know about the defense actually stopped playing right there. A lot of them were just missed the tackle, basically.
Well, I mean,
so
conceptually, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Not necessarily on this play. That's why the rule exists the way it does.
So again, 5 plays now remaining. So it's going to be a first down.
Does Dan Lazare
Khantraband.
try to score immediately, or does he waste a couple of downs?
Like I say, first down, 5 plays remaining. So Lazare now he gets a snap. He looks to his right. Quick pass in and out of the hands of Pilon Jr.
I don't think that's the end of the world. I think they don't want to leave Braves 4 plays to score, right? So here, if you have it, definitely take it. But if it goes down to 2 plays and you need to score there, not the end of the world for Khantraband. We've seen Dan Lazare legitimately waste plays before scoring, before the half ends before. So we'll see if it plays a factor here.
So far tonight, the Contraband, pardon me, are 2 for 2 in the red zone. They were 5 for 5 in the semifinal matchup between these two teams. Lazare gets a snap now, and second down, looks to his right. He tosses over. Oh, off the hands of LeBeau and almost deflected right into the hands of Milieu. A dangerous play right there.
Was it off the hands or off the nipples?
Yeah, it could have been off the hands or off the chest, and the Braves had a good opportunity right there to make a stop.
Oh, hands, not nipples.
There you go.
My bad.
Yeah, I was right the first time.
I thought it was nips. I thought it was off his nips.
So third and goal now for Contraband. Again, with a 13-8 lead, trying to extend it before we get to the half.
And an important reminder, of course, is that Braves get the ball to start the half.
Lazare gets a snap now. It looks to the right again. Toss to the end zone.
Oh.
Just over the head of a wide open A.J. Gomez.
Great read. Great read. Unfortunately, not able to come down with it. It's fourth down.
Yeah, so 2 plays remaining. Fourth down. This is do or die time for Contraband. Can they extend their lead, or will the Braves be able to get a stop and get the ball back with 1 play remaining in the first half?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a believer in like sort of clutchness, because I just think good players make good plays. But this is a moment where Dan Lazare needs to deliver in the clutch.
So here we go. Contraband breaks the huddle. Lazare has Gomez and Pilon Jr. to his right, and Allard and LeBeau to his left. Looking to the right-hand side again. Gomez is open. Oh, just off his hands. They went back to the same player 2 times in a row. That was a better throwing ball by Lazare, but Gomez not able to make the catch.
There's a bit of nuance on that play, because Gomez the last time just ran a hook at the back of the end zone. This time they were expecting it. Instead, he ran in and then went back out, used the best body control he could, but unfortunately couldn't get his hands on the ball. Or rather, he did. He just couldn't bring it in. Decently placed ball, a little bit high. I thought he could have brought that down.
Yes.
1 play left in the half.
So final play. Now, if you're Mayo, do you try for the Hail Mary, or you just try something safe? And, okay.
No, go for it. If I had his arm, I would go for it on every play.
So Mayo tosses all the way across the body back to Chevalier. Chevalier now throws it deep over the middle, and that'll be intercepted by Pilon Jr. He's running down the center of the field. Going to his left now. Can he get into the end zone? No, he's knocked out of bounds by Corshane, and that will do it for the end of the first half of this Division A championship game. Contraband with a 13-8 lead.
Absolutely. Look, I'm not a fan of that. You have one of the best quarterbacks in FBF history. It's the finals. Make him make the throw. Figure it out. Get a way to make it work. Really unfortunate to see the half end the way it did, but great first half overall. Contraband take the lead into halftime.
Okay, so what are your impressions? Obviously, like you said, Contraband with a 13-8 lead. What have they done right so far?
Well, what they've done right is matriculate the ball down the field, play really smart. The red zone conversions were great to start the game. I think the inability to convert on their third possession might be the one that cost them the game. There's not a lot of margin of error in Division A. That was an error. So they need a stop to win the game in the second half.
And switching sides, look at the Braves. I mean, they were the second highest scoring team in all of FPF and in Division A as well. Only 8 points in the first half. I don't know about you, but I think that's a little surprising. What do you think they need to do differently in the second half?
Well, one of the things is we saw the crowd there just a second ago and on the screen, of course. I think that, adjusting to the fact that this is a little bit different from a regular FPF game. Both these teams, of course, with the pedigree playing in the finals. I think I don't think that a lot of adjustments need to be made. I think both teams are doing exactly what they want. I think Dan Lazare is keeping the fast pace. He was one of the pioneers in FPF, bringing that sort of sugar huddle, fast pace approach. Joe Mahou is saying, you know what, Dan, I know what you're doing. I don't want you to do that. He's slowing down the pace on his possessions. So given how fast Dan Lazare is playing, given that they only got 3 possessions in the first half, I think he's going to be cognizant of that. And I think he's going to press the gas pedal down further. And I think Joe Mahou is going to press the brakes even harder.
And obviously, as we talked about...
That was a car thing that I just did.
So obviously, as we talked about the Braves declining to receive the ball into the second half, so they'll start the second half with the ball. We just saw the Braves make a big stop.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Huge.
In the red zone against Contraband. How important is it now for Contraband to do the same and come out here to start the second half?
They will absolutely need a stop. They need a stop. They're not going to get another chance in this game. So So if they allow for the Braves to score every drive, they will not be able to go score for score. They're already down. Given the 2-point convert to Braves, it's going to be too much to overcome.
So we're about a couple of seconds away, moments away from starting the second half of action here at the Soccerplex in Lachine. 13-8 lead for Khantraband.
I'd also like to see if either team start using unbalanced formations, maybe trips, maybe some motion as well.
First snap of the second half. Mayhew goes down the left sideline. He has a man. Alex Pilo. Touchdown, Braves. First play of the second half.
Well, he had it wide open. There's nothing about that. Unfortunately, AJ Gomez not able to make it across the field, dropping from the half. The sideline fade being wide open, and we saw the touchdown to Alex Pilon.
That's a part of it. I mean, we just talked about. I mean, how important it was for Khantraband to get a stop, and obviously nothing's guaranteed. But to give up a score on the first play of the second half has to be crushing for them. Here's a player wide open in the middle. Garapi, he catches it for the 2-point convo.
2 plays right in front of AJ Gomez. I'm sure he's not happy about that. He knows this game's being filmed, right? So he knows there's no hiding from that. The touchdown, I don't put on him at all. I thought he could have got across faster. That said, that only took a few seconds off the clock. I think that actually plays to Khantraband's advantage.
Barner took us almost more time to walk from the fake green screen.
It was such a long walk. Such a long walk.
So Khantraband now, they're starting their first drive of the second half, looking to reply. Pass over to LeBeau. He breaks the tackle. Nope, he's actually tackled.
I thought he got clear of that.
Yeah, as did I. So pickup of about 6, maybe 7 yards on that first down throw from Lazara to LeBeau.
LeBeau already having a huge impact on this game, both on plays where he's caught the ball as well as times where he drew coverage, allowing for catches at the back of the end zone. We saw it twice already so far in this game.
So second is short now, facing Khantraband. Lazara, he gets a snap. He looks to the right-hand side. He goes deep. He has a man open. It's Pilon.
Great throw.
Caught. Serge Pilon Jr. Touchdown, Khantraband.
So we're going to see this on a replay, I'm sure, because Eagle is really good at what he does. He's going to put up on the screen. Serge Pilon opens to the wrong side. The coverage is on his outside shoulder. The ball placed on his inside shoulder. It's placed with enough air so that Serge Pilon can come back to the ball. Perfectly delivered and absolutely great adjustment, great control by Serge Pilon.
So one Pilon brother scores an Alice, and then Serge answers right back.
He's not going to be outdone by his brother. He knows what just happened.
So now it's 19-16 lead for Khantraband. We'll see what happens here on the extra point try. And Pilon Jr. getting behind Jonathan Maillot.
There was 3 scorers in the first half. There was 2 scorers in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
So going for 2 now is Khantraband. Lazara gets a snap. He rolls to his left. Halfback option to AJ Gomez. Gomez now, he throws it to the end zone. To the left corner. Knocked away by Chevalier.
Too much air. He had Pilon. Pilon positioning himself perfectly on the sideline, as you'll see here. Maybe the secondary rusher of Joe Mayo got there in time to affect Gomez's release. Gomez putting a little too much air. It allowed for the defender to get back, and Pilon unable to pull it in.
Now, partner, I tell you, this is more what I expected. I mean, the Braves in the playoffs averaged 39 points. Khantraband averaged 44 points. I mean, it was 13-8 at halftime. This is a bit more what we were expecting, I think.
Watch Mayo slow it down right now. He's an expert at pace. It's one of the things I appreciate most about him is his intellectual intelligence when it comes to playing in the game of flag football. It's not just about calling plays, it's about managing the game.
So he faced the handoff. He's going to do a quarterback keeper, runs to the left-hand side.
Designed run. Designed runs take time off the clock. It's a really smart play. He knows, hey, you know what? Khantraband, they got that quick score. That's what they want. Let's take some time off. If they give us something free, we'll take it. If not, we're good taking the yards out of there.
So Mayo pick up of about 8 on that play. Again, this is not the first time the Mayo and Lazara have gone head-to-head for a championship. Mayo beat Dan Lazara back in the winter 2017 season when they both played in Division 2.
I called that game.
Yeah. Yeah, the Braves beating Dan and Co. by a score of 32-26.
Late interception changed that game.
Maybe his toss to the sideline, and even Mo Khan, who's standing about 6'3", 6'4", he wouldn't have been able to come up with that catch. Just a
Well,
little bit too
also
high.
because like would Mo Khan have caught the ball?
No, if hit him in the chest, it just would have hit him in the chest and fell to the floor. But regardless, so now 3rd and about
I just
2
I
right
was
now.
talking more about his hands.
That's what I'm saying. Would have hit him in the chest. Would have missed his
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, it would have fallen to the ground. There we go. There we go.
It is going back to that championship game from 2017. Lazara threw 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, but intercepted 4 times. Whereas Mayu threw for 224 yards, 5 TDs, and 2 interceptions for Mayu. That was his first championship here in FBF.
Yeah, that's when they made the announcement. I have a confession to make. I saw them in the midnight tournament, and President Rob Campana asked me what division should they register in, and I said, well, they're probably a Division 3 team. Of course, Joe Murray wasn't throwing for them that weekend, but still they decided to go Division 2. They won the championship over Dan & Co., like you said. And there was a bit of pride at first saying, well, with these up-and-comers coming into our league and they want a championship right away, the hell with them. But they've ingratiated themselves to the community that they're some of the most liked players in the league.
So Braves now on first down. It was previously picked up by Pilon Jr. It's a pass to Payman. He makes the catch. He's deflagged by Serge Pilon Jr.
Yeah, some.
There's a flag on the play.
We'll see what that's all about. Some laundry on the field there.
Contacting with the quarterback's arm. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Wow.
So the penalty contact, as you heard it at home, contact against the quarterback by number 4, Isaiah Allard. So that's going to be 10 yards and an automatic first down for the Braves. And if you're Contraband right now, partner, you can't be taking penalties like that to give the Braves free yards.
Absolutely. And whether you heard it at home, whether you heard it at a bar, a crack house, we're not going to judge you. You heard it somewhere. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Eagle, for all the work you've done to get everything up and running today. But yeah, that's a terrible penalty. We hate to see it. That said, they're going to take advantage. It's the little mistakes that might make the difference in the game. That might be a key one, so we'll see how it pans out. They still have the chance to make the stop on defense, however.
So again, we had contact with the passer. Okay, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down. They've elected to take the ball outside of the red zone on the 7.5.
Thank you for the information there, Owie.
Yes, taking the ball outside of the end zone now. That gives Maye a chance to run if he decides to.
And Maye being one of the more athletic quarterbacks, that makes a lot of sense.
First down snap now for Maye and the Braves. He looks to run, and he's deflagged again. Second sack of the game for Isaiah Allard. Big play right there, pushing back the Braves offense.
We talked about it before, whether it's taking away a passing lane, whether it's disrupting timing, or whether it's getting the actual sack. Isaiah Allard, probably the best rusher in Division A or Division 1, whatever it is, up there with Julien Payman himself, right?
And I wanted to ask you actually about that rusher versus rusher battle that we're seeing so far this evening. Two great rushers. They both have speed, but they're two entirely different athletes and different people.
Yeah, one is just a giant human being, and that's Isaiah Allard coming in on the quarterback right now.
Pass in the flats caught by Chevalier. He's deflagged by Pilon Jr.
Yeah, smart play, well-placed ball, quick deflag. That's the execution you expect in Division A.
But going back to that rusher battle you're talking about, so obviously Allard, he comes in with the height and the length. How hard is it as a quarterback?
I hate
somebody like that.
Listen, Dan Lazare should count himself lucky because we're both from the mean streets of RDP. Most of us don't grow past 5'9", and we blame the chemical plant of Lomex for that. He knows that he's lucky Payman is not like 6'5" because it's so frustrating to have a quarterback come in and just take away those passing lanes. A rusher come in and take away the passing lanes.
Second down now, pass over the middle. It's caught by Chevalier. Touchdown Braves.
Nicholas Rizzo Gomez, he was there. He was right on the hip, just unable to pull a flag, and that's a huge score for Braves.
Yeah, Chevalier using his size and his speed on that drag route right in front of the end zone. So 2-point conversion attempt now for the Braves. Let's say
Khantraband didn't set.
And that's caught by Garapi.
Don't you need to call timeout there if you're Khantraband?
I was just about to say that part. I was going to ask you the same thing. We can hear Dan Lazare from our broadcast area screaming from the sideline. If they're not ready, he should have called a timeout right there.
He was so loud, I'm sure he got picked up in my mic, to be honest. We heard it from up here. You're entirely right. I have my headset on, so I couldn't have actually heard him from the field. He must have been the broadcast. So for those of you at home, you know Dan Lazara wanted a timeout. Tacos didn't get it.
So 24 to 19 lead now for the Braves, getting back the lead on that touchdown by Chevalier plus a 2-point conversion. Lazare gets the ball. He tosses it to Santomo. He stopped for a short gain, tackled by Jason Courchain.
Yeah, Santomo just making the most of what he got there. All hooks by Dan Lazara. Wanted to get some yards. Now he has so many options second down. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lazara take a shot right here. This might be a good opportunity for him.
So second and about 5 now. Facing Khantraband. Lazare gets the ball. He looks to his left. He's going deep down the left-hand side to Gomez. Just out of his reach. So he takes a tumble. Him and Alex Pino collided. Luckily, both guys seem to be A-okay.
Hey, it's a one-on-one battle. It's your best player against theirs or against one of theirs. You have the size advantage of Gomez over Pino. Ball just slightly out of reach, but that's the kind of play where you're throwing it with air. You're trying to get your receiver to have a chance to it. And more importantly, you don't want to throw it in a position where it could get intercepted and give the Braves a chance to really extend the lead. Perfectly placed ball.
So Gomez and Pilon, 2 of 9 All-Stars in this matchup that we have here tonight. So third down now. Lazare gets the ball. He goes on the right sideline.
God.
He had Gomez wide
For
open.
all we've said about ball placement in this game and for how good it's been, he had Gomez for a walk-in touchdown there. It's fourth down.
So still 4th and about 5 right now.
But so the all hooks, super important because now on fourth down, it's an easier completion for Lazara to get the first down.
So if you were in the huddle right now, if you were calling plays, would you call the all hooks right now, or what would you set up?
I'd say, again, you go on multiple levels, try and get them to jump something short. If that happens, you can attack the intermediate area, and then if they go man-to-man, you got to take your shot with your best receivers over their defenders.
So let's see now what Lazare does indeed do on fourth down. He gets the ball. He has a man open over the middle. He goes to the left-hand side. Nice catch for falling out of bounds.
He had Pino open on the backside.
First down by Khantraband. Great catch by David Santomo.
He had Pino open on the backside by himself. Braves defense uncharacteristically just following the eyes of Dan Lazara, following the flood. Great throw, great catch. But he had Pino open for an easy catch and many yards to go.
And obviously with this Khantraband team, we talk a lot about Pilon Jr. We talk a lot about AJ, even Isaiah Allard. But guys like Don Mano and David Santomo have been coming up with big plays all season long for this Khantraband offense.
Is Dave Santono the best player we don't talk enough about in FPF in general?
I would think so. I think
he's got so much talent. Every time I see him play, he makes great plays. He's big, he's fast, he's quick, he's smart. Coming into the league with his brother, of course, Nick Santomo. And I'm always impressed watching him play.
Well, Davis, actually, he's a former quarterback. I remember him with Mr. Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Played against him a couple of times. Caught now there by Pilon Jr., deflagged by Chevalier.
If I'm not mistaken, Nick Santomo came into the league with Moose, a team that I was eventually affiliated with in Division 3. Now we see, of course, David Santomo taking his role in Division A.
So that catch by Pilon Jr. enough for the first down for Khantraband, so they're able to move the chains and extend this drive. Lazare, he gets the snap. He looks to his right. He throws to Gomez. Gomez takes a step backwards after making the catch. He's deflagged by Mejia, so it's a minimal gain there by AJ Gomez.
And for the people watching at home who haven't played Division A, Division B, Division 1, Division 2, with some of the top divisions in FPF, the ability for these players to deflag this level of athlete is absolutely impressive. That looked like a nothing play on the sideline. But I can tell you, when you see it from our angle, when you see how athletic these guys are, how fast these guys are, that's an impressive play.
So Lazare gets the ball. He looks to the left. He has a man in the flats. It's Pilon Jr. Can he get into the end zone? No, he's deflagged about a yard short by his brother Alex.
Doing the best Jeremy White impression he's got, doing a little duck to try and get into the end zone.
So it's going to be first and goal now for Khantraband. So despite not getting into the end zone, Pilon Jr. was able to extend his drive by getting the first down, a big first down for Khantraband.
We look at the time remaining under 8 minutes. I think this works to Khantraband's benefit. If they score here, they will absolutely get another drive.
Lazare gets the ball. He goes to the right-hand side again to Gomez.
Just
and
too high.
that's been about the third time they've called that play down in the red zone, and each time not able to connect. And
It's
Gomez
open.
has been open, exactly.
It's open. Braves are one of the teams that execute that play the best. When you're sort of 7 to 10 yards away, that seam right to the back of the end zone. If the defender doesn't immediately react, it's so difficult for them to make the play. Yet, Dan Lazara unable to connect with his receiver.
So second and goal now for Khantraband.
And again, they're giving the outside release.
Quick
What?
slant into the Isaiah Lard. Touchdown, Khantraband.
They're giving that throw to the outside to Dan Lazara. So smart play call to come inside instead. Have that drag coming across. You have the big body of Isaiah Lard. It's so difficult to get inside of him. Great body catch as he gets into the end zone. He took some exception of, I called him out for some physical play in the Division C final. He took some exception to that. Isaiah Lard, one of my favorite players in FPF. Regardless of what I said in the previous broadcast, I actually think he's just a really, really good player who is so good at so many different things. Size, speed, can play defense, can play offense, great rusher as well.
So Khantraband going for the two-point conversion now. They're up 25-24. Lazare goes to the right-hand side yet again, and that pass is knocked away. They intended for Mano, but Gary P., number 88, was there in coverage right in his back pocket.
It's man-to-man. You have the corner. That's not a bad throw to make, but Gary P., of course, his size is something we've talked about. It's a tough throw to make.
And now, so if you're the quarterback, P's, on a play like that, where you have a guy with that height advantage that Gary P. has, what would you do to try and diminish that advantage?
It's tough because you have Julien Payman rushing, but if you have him cut in across the back of the end zone and then back, you can take advantage of the fact that your receiver might be quicker than the large defender in George Gary P.
So first down now for the Braves. First play of this drive. Let's see if they can answer back. Down by 1. Pass to the left-hand side to Alex Pilon. He's deflagged by his brother.
I love the Pilons always running to the whistle, right? Even after the heat of the whistle, they're going to take an extra 10 yards just in case.
So 5:25 and counting remaining in the second half of ball here.
1 point game, 25-24. Khantraband lead the Braves.
So we'll have to see second and about, like I said, about 3, maybe 4. We'll have to see what Jonathan Mayer has up his sleeve now. So, Pete, I got to ask you, if you're here right now, are you going to take a deep shot or you just want to keep marching the field?
No, I'm telling you, he's going to slow this down. He's going to give Dan Lazare about 3 minutes and give himself 5 plays to win the game. If I were a betting man, and I am, that's what I'm betting on.
Here goes Mayer. He throws to the right-hand side. He has Corshane. Will that be enough for the first down? Yes, it will be. Corshane picking up the first down, deflagged by LeBeau.
See, he had a one-on-one matchup on the outside with George Gary P., but I don't think he's looking for the kill strike. I think he wants to take time off. He wants to be careful with his drive. He doesn't want to give too much time left because he wants to have the ball to end the game. Ending the game on defense is a frustrating feeling for a quarterback. So he's designing this drive to make sure that he gives Dan Lazare limited time, and he wants to guarantee himself a couple plays left to win the game if he needs it.
So Mayer gets a snap now. First down. He throws over to Pema. Pema kind of looked like he juggled, like he kind of double caught that for a second there.
Hey, if you can catch it once, you can catch it twice.
So Pema off a nice catch and run there. Yeah, it's going to be a first down for the Braves. Pema finding himself wide open, finding a hole in that zone of the Khantraband defense.
How arrogant would you grade Julien Payman's walk? I've always felt he had a bit of a cocky walk. He's earned it, by the way. Absolutely earned. But I've always said like a 7 on 10 for cockiness in his walk.
So would you grade that like a Conor McGregor cocky walk or a little bit less than that?
A little less and probably more earned than Conor McGregor.
Vince McMahon maybe, perhaps?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great comparison. Julien Payman, the Vince McMahon of FPF.
First down, slant pass to Garapi. It's a short gain. He's shouldered and tackled at the same time by LeBeau.
2 shots to the end zone coming right here. If he doesn't get it the first time, he's getting it the second time.
And 3 minutes to play right now. Just to remind you guys at home, with the FPF Cup, which begins October 13th and goes all the way to December 12th. Registration goes on until September 30th. It's going to be three different tiers of teams as well as a co-ed division. The games will be Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, so don't forget to register. Go to FlagPlusFootball.com. Again, registration ends September 30th.
They move Gary P to the side. Check to see the sideline fade to the back of the end zone to George Gary P right here.
So trips left being employed by the Braves. Pilon goes for the fake handoff, and Mayo's going to run. And he's deflagged. Good job by the Contraband defense of sniffing that one out.
You know what? Had he kept his eyes upfield, Gary P was open at the back of the end zone. Pilon stepped up. It was a throw he could have made on the run.
Yeah, looks like Mayo right there is just committed to the run.
Yeah, so it's taking a little bit more time than I thought. It looks as though Braves might be giving the last possession to Contraband. A little bit surprising.
No, that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, there's right now 2:15 and counting remaining.
They kind of have to score now
Yeah.
because I don't think
Well,
they'll stop
they are
Contraband.
down by one also, so they do have to score if they want
Well,
to win.
yeah, I know, but they either need to take way more time
Yeah.
or just need to score now and hopefully get 5 plays at the end of the game.
So here comes Paymon with the snap. Mayo looks to his right. Drag across the end zone. Caught by Chevalier. Touchdown, Braves!
Carbon copy of the last touchdown. The same exact play call. J.D. Chevalier working so well in that position. And they're lining up very quickly for the convert.
Yeah, they're going for 2 right away. Smart play. Right now, a 30-25 lead for the Braves. They're going for 2. Pass back to Chevalier. The halfback option. Throws to the back of the end zone, and that's knocked away by Nicholas Gomez-Risu, who just got burned for the touchdown.
Yeah.
He's making it up by knocking
That
away
might be play of the game.
Convo.
That might be play of the game right there. Braves going quickly. They caught Contraband not ready on the previous convert. This time Contraband adjusting much quicker. Dan Lazara, you have 1 minute and 13 seconds to win yourself a Division A championship.
No
And
timeouts
Braves
though
have
for the
no
Braves.
timeouts. Yeah, absolutely. We got the same note in our headset. Eagles screaming shit at us.
So this will be the final drive. Will Contraband be able to finally knock off the Braves? Here we go. Catch on first down by Pilon Jr. Tackled right away by Chevalier.
This is now a shift in momentum. I think there was a mistake by Braves, taking a little too much time. We said we wanted to leave about 2 minutes left on the clock for Dan Lazara. Instead, they used up almost the entire clock. Now, Contraband need to slow it down and use up as much time as they can.
2nd and 4 now facing Contraband. Lazara throws to the drag to Gomez. And getting there a second or two early with Chevalier, but no flag on the play.
No, that's just good defense. He had Isaiah Allard on the hook on the outside. He didn't look there. I'm sure Allard will tell him that, but I'm sure Braves will adjust as well.
So that was a quick bang play right there.
It's not the end of the world. It's 3rd down, and now we're in 5 plays.
So you got 5 plays remaining now. The time has expired. Final 5 plays of this contest, no matter what happens. Will Contraband be able to come back and get the winning touchdown down 30-25 right now? Brenton Pease with you from the Lachine Soccer Complex. Toss to the left sideline. There you go, partner. You called it.
That was
Allard
that hook to the
open.
outside, absolutely.
There you go. Good call there, partner.
I know those two gentlemen as well as I know anyone in FPF. Guaranteed he told him in the huddle, hey, they left it alone. This time a little bit of a tighter coverage, but again, that ball placement of Dan Lazar we talked about throughout the game, or I've talked about because I'm obsessed with it, because he's one of my favorite ball placers, as weird as that sounds, in FPF.
So Braves looking to win their 3rd straight spring season championship. First down now. Throwing to the left-hand side. Caught. Great throw and great catch there by Pilon Jr. Basically, Pilon Jr. had Chevalier right in his back pocket, still able to come up with the big grab.
Did he pump and then throw to Pilon? Did he pump Pilon and then throw Pilon? No? You think he was pumping Allard there?
Yeah, that's what it looks like he was doing. A 2nd down now. 3 plays remaining. Will we see the Braves complete the 4-game sweep of Contraband, or will Contraband finally break through and knock off the Braves in their 4th and final attempt of the season? Lazara gets the snap, looks to his right. Throws to the end zone. He has a man.
It's
caught! Serge Pilon Jr. Touchdown, Contraband!
This game is not over, though, buddy. This game is not over. What a beautiful ball, though, and what a catch by Serge Pilon Jr. on the wheel. Perfectly placed back of the end zone. We've seen Dan Lazara have trouble getting the ball to the right spot back of the end zone. This time it wasn't AJ Gomez. It was Serge Pilon. Beautiful ball. Beautiful catch. It's a touchdown. Contraband lead. Was it worth it for them to even try the convert? Why are they doing this? Why are they not just declining the convert?
I think you want to had as many points as possible on the board. But the 2018 Hall of Fame inductee, 10-time All-Star, Serge Pilon Jr., and a current All-Star of the season as well. Making a huge presence.
A pick one could tie the game, though.
That is true.
I think this is a bad decision by Khantraband. Okay, I guess it's the same thing. Yo, Dan, why are you wasting our time? It's late. Just decline the goddamn convert.
So the convert is no good.
I'm so mad. You cost me 5 minutes of sleep, Dan. 5 minutes of sleep. Flip the table.
So my broadcast
That's a
partner
penalty.
is just currently losing his mind. But more importantly, getting back to the game here. Late substitution now. Gomez Risu running off the field. In for him is Mano. Now quick timeout, smart timeout here called by Khantraband.
Yeah, make sure you get to play in. These downs are untimed anyway. So the timeouts are there for you. Even though, again, Dan Lazare already wasted our time. So why not waste our time again with a timeout? No, seriously, it's a good decision. Make sure you have everyone on the field that you need. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. And let's see how Joe Mayhew handles this.
Against Biza, I want to ask you, obviously coming into this game, a lot of pressure on Dan Lazare. He was the reigning quarterback of the year this year, 62 touchdown passes, but again, 0 for 3 against Khantraband. Obviously, if they're able to hold on for these final two plays, I think it's safe to say the monkey's off his back.
Dan Lazare and I came up in FPF together. We started in Division 5 around the same time. I'm always proud to see the development he's had. So for me, it was just about playing the best version of his game, and he has tonight.
So here comes the Braves now, and it trips left. Oh, and that's going to be a false start. Jason Corsane jumped offside, and again, that's, I believe, the second time this contest where the Braves have jumped offside, and I don't understand how that happens when you know what the snap count is.
Also,
Procedure on green. 5-yard penalty. Still first down and still 2 plays.
So the hole that the Braves have themselves in is dug a little deeper with negative -5 yards on that penalty.
with Isaiah Allard as the rusher, right? So it's Division A. You got to watch the ball. The crowd is starting to go a little wild.
And rightfully so, 2 plays left, up by 1. Our Khantraband 31-30 lead over the Braves. Mayo with the snap on the left-hand side. He tosses down the middle of the field, and that's just dropped. That pass is intended for number 1. Jason Corsane just fell at his feet. Almost picked off, actually, by A.J. Gomez.
Yeah, threw off his back foot. Didn't get enough on it. It's a tough position to be in. I like him trying to get to half field, give himself a chance to score in the last play. But now he's going to go the entire length of the field because they took that penalty. They got to go 35 yards or something like that because the fields are irregular.
So this is it. Final play of the game here. Smart FPF version of cover 2 defense being employed right now by Khantraband with Gomez and LeBeau back as the 2 deep defenders.
I think it's going to be more like a cover 6. I think everyone's going to be back.
And now they're joined out by Santomo and Pilo Jr.
They have a secondary rusher in case in Mano. Mano will come up.
So Corsane with the ball now. He tosses to the end zone. Gets all the way there. And it's picked up by Gomez. And that will do it. Khantraband are your Division 8 champions. And the measure on top, the little bit of extra right there is a touchdown by Gomez on the pick 6.
Not to mention some jackass Randall on the field. I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's a jackass.
So the final score will be 37-30. Getting that interception ran by Gomez. I saw the signal of a touchdown. That should be standing, and it is indeed. You can see on the scoreboard at home, 37-30 victory for Khantraband. The place here at Lachine has exploded the soccerplex. A huge, huge moment for this Khantraband team.
Yeah, we talked about it, the lack of success, not only during this season, but dating back to that finals where Braves took the championship over Dan and Co. We talked about the guys who were missing. We talked about Tam Villadeth not being there, not being able to play this game. One of the most talented players in FPF, not being able to play this game. We talked about Bellin missing the game for Braves. We talked about Mike Piercin missing the game. So obviously both these teams doing everything they can to compete for their fallen warriors, unable to compete in this game. Truly, truly impressive on behalf of Khantraband.
Yeah, we see Tom Villadef in the red hat with the cast on his right arm. Again, he broke his arm, I believe, on Saturday.
The referees are discussing stuff, which I don't know what they're talking about.
So there's actually, yeah, that's a good point. We're just told by our
Remember I was
producer,
talking about the
Eagle.
jackass rando?
So yeah, there's gonna be a penalty going against Contraband for have some of their fans ran onto the field. Why Gomez was running back that touchdown? I was wondering where the laundry was on the field. There should have been a flag throw in.
Mm-hmm. No, it was. I mean, it's a good call because why would you want random people in the field?
Again, but it will be after the interception though. So I think the
I don't
interception
think
is
it
gonna
makes a
stand.
difference,
Yeah.
Julien Paiement, of course, he's now conferencing with the referees, trying to see what the options are. I just don't think there are any options remaining for Braves at this point. Leo Gervais gets the pat in the head right there.
Our head referee, Leo Gervais, number 99. So they're actually going to wipe the touchdown off the board, I believe. Because, again, the players ran on, the fans rather ran onto the field before the touchdown was scored.
Championship stands, though. And it looks a lot closer
been
than
determined
it ended, right? So 31-30.
That there was fans on the field after the interception. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the 8-yard line. And Red has elected to call punt. The game is over.
Hell of a championship final, back and forth game. Great season to you guys. So present the trophy to the captain, the one-armed captain, Tom Villadef, Khantraband, Spring 21 champions.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my God, your first D1, man. Your first D1. Let's go, baby.
D1, baby.
Hey, you want to announce the we have for the finals?
Yeah, sounds good. For finals MVP, we've got Serge.
Let's go!
Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby.
Huge catches. Huge.
Serge, focus your top man. Here, guys.
Yeah, another one.
Get up the shirts. Maybe you want to interview one of the.
No. Push in here.
Enjoy. Dan, let's go take
Back and back.
Peace! Peace! We did it, peace! Cool. We did it. Not four in a row.
World
Not four in a row. I don't know, man. This team, we lost our freaking captain going into it. Freaking out. That was the day beforehand.
Okay, so you hit this top button here.
Thinking it's going to be a even higher cliff to fucking, oh, my bad, to walk up, you know? Like, he's one of our best players on the team. He's the one who designed this whole team. He knew every athlete on this team was going to contribute to this freaking win. And I love this team, man. We did it, boys. We did it. We did it, boys. D1, we did it. Let's go. Mocons, please sponsor our jerseys next season.
So I saw game-winning touchdown. You saw a wheel route. What did you see? Could you fit that in right?
I saw the finals MVP running a wheel and said, it's time to win this game.
What did it mean having Serge for you guys this year? It's an insane season.
I'm going to tell you what, my good friend Rayan, the referee of this league, one of the best referees in this league, should have been on our game, but whatever, let's end the conversation for another day. He told me, as soon as we got him, week one, he saw our performance and he said, it's the Pilon effect. You guys are going to win this one. My man, right there, the Pilon effect. You saw it tonight. Two-way player of the year, man. I don't know which side you want me to go. I don't know, but we have athletes there. This guy, first time playing in D1. Put the camera on this guy. He's our freaking stud athlete over here. He's a monster. We got AJ Gomez, who's, I think it's time to start putting the mark on best receiver in this league. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. I mean, the guy's a complete dog out there, and every time I need a play, you know where I'm going.
You missed him a few times, though, but you got over that.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. I miss my throws. No one's perfect. No one's perfect, but you try. You try. Team pick. I gotta go, buddy.
Good game.
Those were words.
So obviously a little animated and definitely excited. Dan Lazare, and his Contraband team winning their first championship together. What are your thoughts on this one? Obviously a bit of an upset victory, I would say.
I mean, is it? All the games were decided by one score. A little bit lower scoring than we thought it would be. I took the over. Both these quarterbacks owe me money, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Chris, I'll pay you later. Chris Rivera, cameraman, of course. Honestly, it was a fun game. It was the two game scripts that we saw, right? We saw the fast pace. of Contraband. We saw the control of Jomeu. In the end, Jomeu made the mistake of taking too much time on the last drive, allowing for the final possession to go to Contraband. Dan Lazara had Pilon open the wheel. He said, you know what, I'm taking this game, won it right here. 2 plays left, the huge penalty at the end, allowing for the rush of Isaiah Lard to be even more impactful, and Contraband come out with the win. And again, for the last ball to be thrown, not by the all-star quarterback in Jomeu, to me is nonsense.
And so you mentioned obviously Isaiah Lard. I believe he had 2 sacks in the contest. He was all over the field defensively, and he had a couple of big plays on offense. We talked about him with the rusher and versus rusher matchup between him and Julian Payman, but again, both guys play receiver, but Allard really making his presence felt on both sides of the ball. Can you talk about the impact he made tonight?
Well, we saw the catch at the back of the end zone, right? We talked about that play where Dan Lazara gives himself that triangle read. We saw the flare out. We saw the deep receiver. One time it was Allard. Everyone on the team contributed. Every single player on Contraband had a huge role to play, and again, carrying the weight of not having Tam Villadeth on the field. The team captain, as we heard Dan Lazara address it in the post-game press conference, has an impact, but they adjusted well, they played well, and Isaiah Lard, just one of the main guys to step up this game.
And obviously looking at the Braves, they're a team, I mean, it doesn't matter what season it is, they're pretty much, a championship is going to be associated, or at least a championship appearance will be associated with them. Looking to make it 3 spring season wins in a row, fell literally 1 place short this evening. Where do you think they go from here?
For the Braves, I think they just continue their dominance. It's just a speed bump for them. This is a huge win for Contraband, but let's not forget how big Braves are. All I know though for tonight though, the championship trophy coming home to RDP. Just saying, that's a big deal. For us East Siders, that's a big deal.
All right, so moving back to Contraband, obviously Serge Pilon Jr., the MVP of this contest. You can just talk briefly about the impact he made, obviously scoring the winning touchdown.
Hey, and it was the MVP of the game. I don't think anyone can argue that. He had a huge role on both sides of the ball. We saw a big deflection in the second half as well as the ball thrown to the sideline. He made the play that won the game, right? And when Pilon was added to this roster, that's what we expected.
All right, one last question. Obviously, Dan Lazara, I talked about earlier, the quarterback of the year. A lot of pressure, though. He was 0-3 against the Braves this season, finally coming through in the clutch. We talked about the mistakes. He was a quarterback that did not throw an interception in this contest.
He threw 2 in each game against him during the regular season. None today. That was the difference. Championship goes to Contraband. That's the key difference tonight.
All right, so there you have it again, a 31-30 victory for Contraband over the Braves. He's Peas on Brent. I want to thank you guys at home for tuning in to the Flag Plus Football Division A Spring Championship. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
That is who we are.